coming from. Everything you do in here is not about me, it's all about you. And the idea is to have, can we turn please? Knees under desk. Chris, thank you. Gabriella, knees under desk. What we're trying to get you to understand is that though math may not be your most favorite subject, it might be your favorite. I really don't know. For most people, it's not. What you learn is that how you go about your business, how your work ethic is critical. I watched some of you guys play gym today. That was despicable.
It was.
It was horrible. You know not to grab the ball with your hands. You constantly caught the ball. What you guys call a leg lift, a plank, push-ups, you got to have a little pride in your work. A little bit that says, hey, I'm going to do things right. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to do the best I can. And what happens is, even when it's something that you're pretty bad at because it's just not a gift, if you have that sort of attitude with everything you do, when you find something that is your gift, you're really going to prosper at that. You're going to do great. Chris, I'm frustrated because I see you turned around more than I see you turned forward. It could be music. You could be a great musician. But if you have talent for music and you don't learn to work hard, you're never going to be anything. If you are an artist and you never learn to work hard, you're never going to be anything. If you're an academic type, meaning you might be a writer, you might be a mathematician, you might be a scientist, but you never learn to work hard, never going to be anything. Athlete, same thing. So what I really want to see you guys learn how to do is take pride in your work, just a certain way you go about your business. I was watching this girl, Kimberly Claros, playing in class. Now, she was working out there in gym. She was really trying to do the best that she could do. And that's what we look for, and that's what we want to have. So when you come in, why are there people distracted? Put it away. When you come into whatever it is that you're doing, whether it be your math class, your science class, a music lesson, the play, sports, fishing, Xbox, whatever you do it to try to work hard to become really successful at it. The problem is if your attitude is that, just do it to get it done. Don't really care what it comes out like. That's what school's supposed to be teaching you. Responsibility, hard work, discipline. Sometimes doing things you don't really want to do. I promise you, the first couple jobs you get, you're going to hate them. And there's things your boss is going to tell you to do, and you're going to be like, I don't want to do that. But if you don't do them, you get fired. Yo, you most definitely do. I promise you. I can tell you that I got fired from one job in my life. And I was a busboy at a place, and the boss wanted me to not really talk too much to the customers about something. Like, I always thought the size of the portions they gave you was pretty small. And busboy's the guy that picks up all the plates when you're done and then sets the tables. And I thought they were small, and I kept calling things by their wrong name. And eventually the boss just had enough, and he just got rid of me, and he fired me because I didn't do what he asked me to do. And then I learned in subsequent jobs to ask the boss, what do you expect of me? What do you want of me? And I would find a way to get that done. And what happens is when you get your first taste of money, you start thinking about things you can get with that money. Clothes, really nice stereo system, car, or if you go out and get yourself, here's a biggie. Let's say you commit yourself to getting a car, and you save up and you buy a car, and you have a job, and then you don't do what the boss expects you to do because you have a bad work ethic, and the boss fires you. How are you going to pay for gas for your car?
Bike everywhere.
How? Car for gas money.
So that's what we do. We go out, we get a job, we work hard to get a car so that we lose our job so that we sell the car.
To get gas money.
So now you have gas money and no gas to put nothing to put the gas into.
Oh,
So I think you get my point. It's just a certain way to go about your business, a certain way to work hard to do your best. Okay, and I know it's, Diana, I know it's very difficult on you because in this particular place, or at this particular time, you're going into school and you're right out of lunch and you just don't feel like getting your concentration back. But that's one of the skills you have to learn. When you have a job, you get a lunch break. And when you get back in from your lunch break, do you think when you're supposed to be working for your boss who's paying you that you can start thinking about your lunch break again? No, you got to say, all right, we're lunch break, God bless. Lunch break is over. It's now time to start thinking about what it is I'm there to do. Now, in this class, what you're here to learn to do is to learn how to do math, to learn how to reason, and to put this reasoning together. So, today we're going to learn about how to recognize if an equation has 1, 0, or an infinite number of solutions. And let's start going through the problems that we have here. First, it says to evaluate 5 to the negative 2 plus 8 to the 0. So I reverse them a little this time. Negative exponent.
Negative exponent.
Reciprocal, 1 over. Very good. So, this is going to be, oh, let me get this going here. This is going to be, we don't need to move you along, do we? Because you just, for whatever reason, you're not getting into the concentration the way you should be. This is going to be 1 over, or reciprocal, of 5 to the 2. By the way, what is 5 squared?
25.
So this is really 1 over 25. Plus, what's anything to the 0 power?
1.
So this is going to become 1 and 1/25. Okay? Now,
It's the same thing.
1 and 1/25. Yeah, what did you do, like 1.04? Yeah, we were looking for the fraction form of that. If it was multiple choice, it would be in the fractions. Okay? So that these kind of questions you should not be using your calculator on because they're the kind of questions you're likely to see on the part 1 of your state exam and they don't let you use a calculator. Next, to do this one, I have to divide coefficients, subtract exponents. So what's 1 divided by 4? 0.25, very good. Some kids like to say 4. It's not 4. 4 over 1 is 4. 1 over 4 is also known as a quarter, and a quarter is 0.25, or you could do it this way. 4 goes into 1.00. Bring up the mark, make it heavy and dark. 4 goes into 10 twice. 8, 2, bring down the 0. 4 goes into 25 times. Times 10 to the, subtract exponents. 2 minus 15, negative 13. What's the problem? I'm sorry? Yeah, 0.25 is less than 1. So I have to multiply by 10 to get it to 2.5. That means to balance it out, I need to divide by 10 here to the 1. So I'm going to subtract exponents, so I get 2.5 times 10 to the negative 14. All right, and that's a manipulation that you know is coming up. If you remember, I told you guys back when the relearn packets were first handed out that your next test would be about half review questions. Well, I just handed the next test in to be photocopied. It's slightly more than half review questions, about 60% of the test, maybe even 65%, almost 2/3 is review questions. So if you're doing your relearn packet, you're actually helping yourself prepare for the next test that you're going to take. Also, these do-it questions. This is like taking a few minutes every day to study for your test. All right, now, as soon as I see a number outside the parentheses, I distribute. And I'm going to get 5n plus 5 equals 5n plus 8. Oh, I know what to do now. I subtract the smaller number of n's. So, because it's an opposite side situation.
But there are no smaller.
Huh?
No.
Die. 5 equals 8. Huh?
That was me. I was like,
Does that ever happen? Does 5 ever equal 8?
according to this
No.
equation, yes.
No.
No. What this means is there are no solutions.
I knew that.
I knew it was.
If you ever solve an equation, okay? If you ever solve an equation, and in the course of solving that equation, you come up with a situation where you get one number equals a different number, That means no matter what number you ever plugged in, it would never work. Let's just try one to check one. Let's just try 3. What's 3 plus 1? 4. What's 5 times 4? 20. Over here, 3 plus 8 is 11. What's 5 times 8? 55. Does 30 ever equal 55? No. And the truth is, you will never find a solution that it's equal for. So when you solve an equation, and at the end of the equation, you get 5 equals 8, or 2 equals -7, or 47 equals 48, two numbers that are never the same number, that can never be equal, there are no solutions. So that's the first thing you need to learn today. If you look in the box over here, it says how to recognize if an equation has one solution. Well, that's most equations we've been doing, right? 0 solutions, that's this guy's. And then the possibility of an infinite number. We'll do one of those in a minute. Yes?
What if it was like 2 equals 4? Would you just divide it?
No, because there's nothing to divide. 2 would never equal 4. If you had 2n equals 4, then you would divide. But there's no more n's left. So there's nothing to find the value of with that. Okay, any questions on that? All right, let's play with it a little more. Let's see what we can come up with here. Try this one. Go ahead.
I put the straight, no solution.
Is this a same side situation or an opposite side situation? This is a same side situation. Then it becomes opposite.
It's contagious.
Chris, wrong way again. Okay, so this is a same side situation, so I do the same operation. And what I notice right away is 7n's minus 3n's is 4n's. Plus 8 equals 4n. Now here's the same side situation with the 2's. What's 2 and 2? 4. So now I subtract 4n from both sides because it becomes opposite. There it is again, guys. 8 equals 4. Does 8 ever equal 4? No. Therefore, there are no solutions, or as it said in what we're going to learn today, there are 0 solutions. No solutions, 0 solutions, same thing. Don't write 0, because that means 0 is the solution. Write 0 solutions, or no solutions. That works well. Any questions on that guy? So if you're good at solving equations, if you know your same side strategies and you distribute in your opposite side, then you're in good shape. Yes?
Say if like you did it all right and like you have you know it's no solutions, but like you added wrong to like the second side, will you get it wrong, but you still no solution?
Anybody understand that?
If she did the work wrong, but she
No,
didn't
no,
write it.
I'm talking about like if say like if you have like you know like
Does she
it
like the
doesn't-
word like?
I
Oh
know.
my God.
Like,
Alright,
Like
like we have like 4 like.
Alright. If it's 4 and 4 minus 4, it's just 4. I mean, like, it counts as that, like,
Why don't we do a few more, and I think maybe you're either going to learn to say like less, or you're going to learn to get it more right.
Well, if you're
Like,
right, but, like,
yeah.
I just,
Like, if you just let him like finish, like I think he'll like understand.
No, I really, truly don't understand. I really don't get what she's saying. But I think what will happen is, as we go through a couple more examples, I think Rachel will clarify what she's trying to
okay.
put into words. All right, so, look, these equations get to the point where no matter what value you put in for the variable, the equation would never be equal. And we just tried that when we put the 3 in there, okay? In such equations, when the concluding step is false, there are no solutions. So in other words, if I was given this equation, the concluding step would say that -12 is equal to 15. Is that ever true? No. So therefore, it's a false. There's no solutions. Now, if I did this one, this is very important. Make sure you're looking here, because we haven't done one like this yet. We will in a minute. If I solved this equation and I kept working it all out, Gabriella, I would get to the point where it says 20 equals 20. Now, just like negative 12 never equals 15, so there are never any solutions, listen carefully. Negative 12, Selena, you with me here? Negative 12 never equals 15, there's never a solution. 20 equals 20. Always is true. There's always a solution. Everything will work. Since everything will work, we say there are infinite answers. Okay? So, solve each of these three questions below and state exactly how many answers there are. You could state that there is one answer, that there are no answers, and that there are an infinite number of answers. Oh man, the bell rang. How bad is that? Terrible.
Wow. It's all like we just started.
Hasta la vista. Vaya con Dios. Toodaloo. Ta ta.
Let's go see the